Very ominous there. Hello fellow Mac addicts, in this video we're looking at Rescue George. Now the game itself here isn't too interesting, but I love the amount of effort that went into giving the game context, make it seem more interesting than it really is. It has a huge backstory, but I'll check that out after I show you the game because it's quite long and some people may not want to sit through it. Let's just dive into the game right now by clicking the title, Rescue George. So this is George up here, and we have to move him down here. So this is basically a variation of the old traffic jam game. There's all these different cars, and you have to move them around to get that one car out of the parking lot. So basically it's a sliding puzzle game with an objective other than just completing a picture. So we have all these guards here, and you move them by clicking here to say down, here, left, here, right, and there, up. But of course, you can only move them if there's an empty spot. So by moving this one. Psst. And a little psst is you making a noise to distract the guards to make them move about, which I think is quite brilliant, giving a little bit of context to this very simple puzzle game. So it's not simple to solve. Hey. 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 And here's George, and we move him the same way as we move the guards, but the message is a little bit different.
This way, George.
I love that. This way, George.
This way, George.
This way, George.
This way, George.
Hey, George. So we just keep moving the tiles around, and every 20 moves you get this little nag message telling you to please register the game. There's only one puzzle in the game as far as I can tell. And a neat little thing is, if you manage to, save the log, if you solve the puzzle, which saves how many moves you took and all that, and it's the shortest one he receives at the time, you get a free copy of the registration code. So that's pretty neat, I think.
No.
Oh no. And this game was made by Natsu Sakimura. Apologies if I pronounced it wrong. It's nice to see more people of colour on Macintosh. I don't know why I'm moving that. Useless. Hey. Oops. Oh yeah, that happens if you try to move them and there's no spot for them to move. Boing. Hey. Yes, I know.
Oh no.
It's pretty much punishment for being bad at the game since it happens every year. Any moves. Yeah. As you can see, I'm not very good at this game. I did manage to get George down to the bottom right corner here, but I couldn't quite get him. You have to get him right here in the bottom center. I think I'll end gameplay there because you probably don't want to see me, struggling to solve this puzzle. I'm sure there's a couple of you watching this right now who can already see the solution going, oh Andrew, you're such a big dope. Well, maybe I am, maybe I am. Let's go check out the story. Now, unfortunately, any noises again? Yeah. Unfortunately, this story implies sexual assault, so keep that in mind. A little content warning there. So let's get started. It was a pleasant July evening. You were taking a stroll in a resort. You're taking a stroll in a resort town to feel the flesh sea breeze. The flesh sea breeze. Now the creator is Japanese, so we can assume that English isn't his first language, so let's just ignore the typos like that. Whatever. Suddenly, from the shade of the moon, men in a black robe came out and surrounded you. Make no noise, one of them said. Icy touch of the blade licked your throat. This must be some kind of mistake, you said, only to be rewarded a kick in your stomach. You fell down on your knee, then a blow came. Someone took your arm and dragged you, whispered at you. Stand up! Run! It was George. I will follow. He pushed you towards the direction of your hotel, and he tackled the villains to stop them chasing you. When you returned to the hotel, you were alone. You waited for George to come back, but without avail. Fell to the hands of the villains. They were the notorious brigands of Mount Penzance. The police said it was impossible to rescue him. The force of brigands completely dominates us. We will be crushed like pudding, the police chief said. Aren't you ashamed of the situation? You asked, but the chief said firmly, No, we are not. We are just being practical. Damn cops. Is there any prospect of George being returned safely? You asked the chief. He said, much to your dismay, No, absolutely not. He will be killed in a night or two, and the bandits will savour his blood and liver. The record shows that there is no case of male victims being returned alive. Females? Only after they get aged and unattractive. But I can't let him die like that. He saved me. I got to do something for him, you said. Do it on your own, the police chief said. Never tell them that you got this map from me. He took a map and the plan for their fort and gave it to you. Do not come back here. Ever! He slammed the door at you. So you had to do everything by yourself. Fighting with them was out of question. The best you could do was to distract the guard and show George the way out. You distract the guard. You can make noise at either north, south, west, or east of each guard. If the guard sees unguarded space, and he will go and check there. Otherwise, he will just say boing and will not move. If you can guide George to the gate of the castle through the gap between the guards, he is home free and he will live. Otherwise... Dun, dun, dun. So that is Rescue George. Yes, okay. So that is Rescue George, a simple puzzle game, but I really like the effort that went into giving the puzzle context. And so that is Rescue George.